Yirmeyahu, Jeremiah chapter 25. The word that came to Yirmeyahu concerning all the people of Yehudah in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, son of Yoshiyahu, the sovereign of Yehudah, which was the 1st year of Nebuchadrezzar, sovereign of Babel, which Yirmeyahu the Nevi spoke to all the people of Yehudah and to all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, from the 13th year of Yoshiyahu, son of Ammon, sovereign of Yehudah, even to this day. This is the 23rd year in which the word of Yahuah has come to me, and I have spoken to you, rising early and speaking, but you have not listened. Moreover, Yahuah has sent to you all his servants, the Nevi'im, rising early and sending them, but you have not listened nor inclined your ear to hear, saying, turn back now everyone from his evil way and from the evil of your deeds, and dwell on the land which Yahuah has given to you and your fathers forever and ever. And do not go after other mighty ones to serve them and to bow down to them, and do not provoke me with the works of your hands, so that I do you no evil. But you did not listen to me, declares Yahuah, so as to provoke me with the works of your hands for your own evil. Therefore, thus said Yahuah of hosts, because you did not obey my words, see, I am sending and taking all the tribes of the north, declares Yahuah, and Nebuchadrezzar, the sovereign of Babel, my servant, and shall bring them against this land and against its inhabitants and against these nations all around, and shall put them under the ban and make them an astonishment and a hissing and everlasting ruins. And I shall banish from them the voice of rejoicing and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, the sound of the millstones and the light of the lamp. And all this land shall be a ruin and a waste, and these nations shall serve the sovereign of Babel 70 years. And it shall be when 70 years are completed, that I shall punish the sovereign of Babel and that nation, the land of the Kasdites, for their wickedness, declares Yahuah, and shall make it everlasting ruins. And I shall bring on that land all my words which I pronounced against it, all that is written in this book, which Yirmeyahu has nevu concerning all the nations. For they too shall be enslaved by many nations and great sovereigns, and I shall repay them according to their deeds and according to the works of their hands. For thus said Yahuah Elohim of Yisrael to me, take this wine cup of wrath from my hand, and make all the nations to whom I send you drink it, and they shall drink and shake and go mad because of the sword that I am sending among them. I then took the cup from the hand of Yahuah and made all the nations drink to whom Yahuah had sent me, Jerusalem and the cities of Yehudah and its sovereigns, its heads, to make them a ruin, an object of astonishment, a hissing and a curse, as it is this day. Pharaoh, sovereign of Mitzrayim, and his servants, and his heads, and all his people, and all the mixed multitude, and all the sovereigns of the land of Uz, and all the sovereigns of the land of the Palestites, even Ashkelon, and Azah, and Ekron, and the remnant of Ashdod, Edom, and Moab, and the children of Ammon, and all the sovereigns of Zor, and all the sovereigns of Zidon, and the sovereigns of the coastlands which are beyond the sea, Dedan, and Tema, and Buz, and all who are in the farthest corners, and all the sovereigns of Arabia, and all the sovereigns of the mixed multitude who dwell in the wilderness, and all the sovereigns of Zimri, and all the sovereigns of Elam, and all the sovereigns of the Madites, and all the sovereigns of the north, far and near, one with another, and all the reigns of the earth which are on the face of the ground. Also the sovereign of Shishak shall drink after them. And you shall say to them, thus said Yahuah of hosts, the Elohim of Yisrael, drink, be drunk, and vomit, fall and rise no more because of the sword which I am sending among you. And it shall be when they refuse to take the cup from your hand to drink, then you shall say to them, thus said Yahuah of hosts, you shall drink. For look, I am beginning to bring evil upon this city which is called by my name. And should you be entirely unpunished? You are not going unpunished, for I am calling for a sword on all the inhabitants of the earth, declares Yahuah of hosts. And you shall nava against them all these words, and say to them, Yahuah roars from on high and utters his voice from his Kodesh dwelling. He roars mightily over his fold, a shout as those who tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. Tumult shall come to the ends of the earth, for Yahuah has a controversy with the nations. He shall enter into judgment with all flesh. The wicked he shall give to the sword, declares Yahuah. Thus said Yahuah of hosts, see, evil is going forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind is raised up from the farthest parts of the earth. And in that day the slain of Yahuah shall be from one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented or gathered or buried, for they are dung on the face of the ground. Howl, you shepherds, and cry, and roll yourselves in ashes, you leaders of the flock, for the days of your slaughter and your scatterings are completed, and you shall fall like a choice vessel. And a place of refuge shall perish from the shepherds, and escape from the leaders of the flock. Hear the cry of the shepherds, and a wailing of the leaders of the flock, for Yahuah is ravaging their pasture, and the pastures of peace shall be cut down because of the burning displeasure of Yahuah. Like a lion he shall leave his hiding place, for their land shall become a waste because of the sword of oppressors, and because of his burning displeasure. Yirmeyahu, Jeremiah chapter 26. In the beginning of the reign of Jehoiakim, the son of Yoshiyahu, the sovereign of Yahudah, this word came from Yahuah, saying, Thus said Yahuah, stand in the courtyard of the house of Yahuah, and speak to all the cities of Yahudah, which come to bow themselves in the house of Yahuah. All the words that I command you to speak to them, do not diminish a word. If so be that they listened and each turned from his evil way, then I shall repent of the evil that I plan to do to them because of the evil of their deeds. And you shall say to them, Thus said Yahuah, if you do not listen to me to walk in my Torah, which I put before you, to listen to the words of my servants, the Nevi'im I am sending you, even rising up early and sending them, though you have not listened, then I shall make this house like Shiloh, and make this city a curse to all the nations of the earth. And the Kohanim and the Nevi'im and all the people heard Yirmeyahu speaking these words in the house of Yahuah. And it came to be, when Yirmeyahu had ended speaking all that Yahuah had commanded him to speak to all the people, that the Kohanim and the Nevi'im and all the people seized him, saying, You shall certainly die. Why have you navu in the name of Yahuah, saying, This house shall be like Shiloh, and this city be dried up without an inhabitant? And all the people were gathered against Yirmeyahu in the house of Yahuah. And the heads of Yahudah heard this, and they came up from the sovereign's house to the house of Yahuah, and sat down in the entrance of the new gate of the house of Yahuah. And the Kohanim and the Nevi'im spoke to the heads and all the people, saying, A death sentence for this man, for he has navu against the city, as you have heard with your ears. And Yirmeyahu spoke to all the heads and all the people, saying, Yahuah sent me to Nineveh against this house and against this city with all the words you heard. And now make good your ways and your deeds, and obey the voice of Yahuah your Elohim. Then Yahuah shall relent concerning the evil he has pronounced against you. And I am in your hand. Do with me as seems good and right to you. But know for certain that if you put me to death, you are bringing innocent blood on yourselves and on this city and on its inhabitants. For truly Yahuah has sent me to speak to you all these words in your hearing. Then the heads and all the people said to the Kohanim and the Nevi'im, No death sentence for this man, for he has spoken to us in the name of Yahuah our Elohim. And some of the elders of the land rose up and spoke to all the assembly of the people, saying, Micaiah of Moresheth Nevu in the days of Chizkiyahu, the sovereign of Yahudah, and he spoke to all the people of Yahudah, saying, Thus said Yahuah of hosts, Zion shall become a plowed field, and Jerusalem be heaps, and the mountain of the house like the bare hills of the forest. Did Chizkiyahu, sovereign of Yahudah, and all Yahudah indeed put him to death? Did he not revere Yahuah and seek the favor of Yahuah? And the Adon relented concerning the evil which he had pronounced against them. But we are doing great evil against ourselves. There was, however, a man who navu in the name of Yahuah, Yirmeyahu, the son of Yirmeyahu of Kiriath Yearim, who navu against this city and against this land according to all the words of Yirmeyahu. And when Jehoiakim the sovereign with all his mighty men and all the heads heard his words, the sovereign sought to put him to death. But Yirmeyahu heard of it, and was afraid, and fled, and went to Mitzrayim. Then Jehoiakim the sovereign sent men to Mitzrayim, Elnathan the son of Achbor, and some men who went with him to Mitzrayim. And they brought Yirmeyahu from Mitzrayim, and brought him to Jehoiakim the sovereign, who smote him with the sword, and threw his dead body into the graves of the common people. However, the hand of Achaikim son of Shaphan was with Yirmeyahu, so as not to give him into the hand of the people to put him to death.